The ARCOPOL Plus project is a follow-on from the ARCOPOL project, both were EU funded, which looks at the ways of mitigating hazardous noxious substances incidents at sea or in port. Such a H&S spill at sea has devastating effects on the marine ecosystem with knock-on effects on fisheries and leisure and indeed transport. And a H&S incident in a port could mean the port shutting down or indeed the evacuation of the local population. So it is an area of concern, and the depth of knowledge on H&S is quite limited at the moment. So the project hopes to deepen the knowledge that is available in H&S response. This will allow authorities across Europe to deal more effectively with a H&S incident.
The ARCOPOL Plus project involves 12 partners across 4 countries. Between us all, we have identified the steps necessary to be taken against a H&S spill.
Transnational cooperation is critical for the success because it brings together different methods of dealing with spills, different thoughts and different strengths from the various institutions involved in the projects.
Skytech's role in the ARCOPOL Plus project was to research the use of the constraints and effectiveness of low-cost unmanned aircraft systems in the context of hazardous noxious spillage response and management. And in the context of what we were doing with ARCOPOL, we were looking at how we could use an unmanned aircraft system to do various jobs. For example, sensing chemical in the water or taking photographs to identify the nature of the spillage.
The advantage, of course, of using UAVs in a H&S situation is you're not endangering humans. They have sensors on board which relay in real time what gases are occurring in the H&S incident and indeed what pollutants are at sea. So the responders know exactly what they're dealing with before they send in their teams.
The Irish Naval Service provided a platform for the UAV tests. The UAVs were launched from the afterdeck of the Irish Naval Service vessel and sent out to test the air using probes.
In the context of the trial we did to remotely sense the water, we first of all flew manually out to the centre of the spill, which in this case was concentrated around a barrel that we placed in the water. We used a camera in order to identify the location of the barrel, its geographic coordinates. We then flew the aircraft back and landed, and for the second flight we used the coordinates, the central coordinates, to program a survey grid, and at each location in the grid the aircraft hovered briefly, then it descended, dipped the probe in the water, climbed again and flew to the next survey point.
The trials conducted on the southwest coast were very successful, and the Irish Naval Service is now looking at collaborating with the National Maritime College of Ireland and putting UAVs on Naval Service ships in order to respond to a H&S spill. This is an effective tool for the captain, as he can send the UAV out to test the pollution source and then make a proper decision on whether to send the crew out to deal with the spill.
We were very pleased with the results that we had for the ARCOPOL Plus research project, because the sensor equipment we had on the aircraft included a wireless connection to the internet, which means that the data from the chemical sensor could be streamed directly to an expert anywhere in the world, and he could be analysing the data and guiding the response team for ARCOPOL Plus and research projects that follow to do with hazardous noxious spillage response. We think this is an important contribution and something that could be exploited in the future.